Episode 16. Freed tosses Dot a Pokeball. Apparently this whole time, technically Quacker was actually wild. Quaxley, get to the Zay! Then he takes off to fill the rest of the Volt Tacklers in. And Coco continues to fanboy over Big Bro Charizard. And he'll fly someday. Right? So the group ponders where Spinal could be. And the city itself gives them a pretty big hint. So they take off for the ferry. And Dot definitely needs to work on her cardio. I think she's our first main character that isn't a naturally gifted athlete. Freed's like, screw a boarding pass, and lands on the ship. Then gets found by one of Spinal's accomplices, and it's on. Liko recalls through her pendant that she's seen more legendaries than most people 3 times her age. And how it's also led her to this group. The ancient ball then starts to glow, showing them the pendants nearby. Then, my favorite OST of this series plays, but since I don't want to get copy stripe blown into oblivion, you'll just have to watch the episode. Pikachu then one-punches Bisharp, and Freed goes in for a kiss, but gets alerted by the crew and called somewhere else. Dot then gets ambushed, but Quacker defends her like a boss. And she uses a pretty mighty water gun to alert the others to where she is. Then, we're fed some more shipping bait, wink. Don't they make such a good team? Thankfully, Liko comes to the rescue. And Spinal unofficially introduces himself to the group. It kinda irked me how Roy just sorta steps in front as if Liko couldn't handle herself, but eh. But then she does take charge and challenges Spinal. It's 3 versus 1. The battle they have is really well choreographed as well. Roy kinda randomly sends out Wattrel, and it turns out Coco does not appreciate being upstaged. Perhaps some foreshadowing. And Spinal's Umbreon is also a force to be reckoned with, and completely turns the tides on them. Now okay, suddenly the pendant glows and just plops out of the box and gives itself back to Liko? Oh? But whoa, I did not expect Arboliva to make an appearance. And it was their key to an escape. Later on, I really like seeing Liko and Dot still warming up to each other. It makes their friendship seem organic. And Dot finally, actually just straight up confesses to Liko that she is indeed Nidothing. I'm really glad they didn't run this gag into the ground. Villain meeting! Man, the Explorers group really has some pretty sweet character designs as well. And they calculate their next plan to once again get back the pendant. So this was at least a top 5, if not top 3 episode. Seeing the starters all come together for this battle that was beautifully animated. Though, my complaints are the very lackluster actual retrieval of the pendant, and Arboliva makes this grand appearance to just become a rowboat? But other than that, very fun and very well paced. I'd say this gets another high B.